All right, let's get into it. Today, we're going to unlock one of the most powerful, and I mean powerful, ideas in all of math, the function. And I promise, by the end of this, you're going to start seeing it absolutely everywhere. So let's dive in.
So this sounds a little bit like a riddle, right? A vending machine, a phone plan, and Uber. What's the connection? Well, the answer isn't some clever punchline, it's a pattern. It's a secret math rule that ties all these everyday things together. And we're about to find it. And this is the key right here. This analogy is going to make everything just click into place. So picture it. You're standing in front of a vending machine. You put your money in. You press button C4 for those chips. That's your input. What do you expect to get out? Chips, and only chips, right? I mean, if you pressed the chip button and sometimes you got candy and other times you got nothing at all, you'd say that machine is broken. Well, a working machine is exactly what a function is in math. And here's the crucial part. For every single input, you get exactly one predictable output. We call that the rule of uniqueness. And it is the bedrock of everything from coding an app to, predicting the path of a planet. It's that fundamental.
Okay, so now that we've got the main idea down, let's learn how to actually talk about these rules. What's the language of functions? And trust me, it's way simpler than you might think.
This right here, this is the secret code. This is the blueprint for so many of the patterns you see out in the real world. I know, it might just look like a bunch of letters from algebra class, but this little equation, it tells a complete story about how things change.
And it all comes down to two key players. Over on the left, in blue, we have m. That's our rate of change. Think of this as the movement, how fast things are changing. And on the right, in red, we have b. That's our initial value. That's the starting line, or maybe a one-time flat fee. Just try to remember those colors. Blue is for the action, red is for the start.
So enough with the theory, right? The absolute best way to understand this stuff is to just build one ourselves. So let's take our blueprint and apply it to something we all know.
Here we go, a classic cell phone bill. Now, look closely. There are two really important numbers in that sentence that tell the whole story. Can you spot our red starting line and our blue movement cost? Yep, you got it. Let's break it down. That initial value, our B in red, that's the $30 flat fee you have to pay no matter what, even if you use zero data. And the rate of change, our M in blue, that's the $10 for every single gigabyte you use. See, that's the part that changes based on what you do.
And here's what that looks like in a table. Check it out. If you use 0 gigabytes of data, your X is 0. You still pay that $30 fee. Your total cost, Y, is 30. Use 1 gigabyte? Well, that's the $30 plus one $10 charge, so you're at $40. 2 gigabytes? You're at $50. You can literally see the pattern taking shape.
And bam! This is how we translate that real-world pattern into our math blueprint. The total cost, Y, is equal to our blue rate of change, 10, times the number of gigabytes we use, X, plus our red starting value of 30. We just took a real-world thing and described it perfectly with math. That is a really big deal. Okay, so we've seen the equation, we've seen the numbers in a table, but what does a function actually look like? Well, every function can be drawn as a graph, and the shape of that line tells you a whole story about how something is changing. So, if the rate of change is totally constant, like a car with cruise control locked at exactly 60 miles per hour, the graph is a perfectly straight line. We call that a linear function. But what if the rate of change is, well, changing? Think about a bouncing ball. It loses height with each bounce, right? The graph of that becomes a curve, and that we call nonlinear.
So, how can you spot one of these nonlinear patterns just by looking at a table of numbers? Well, you look at how the output is changing. Is that change consistent every single time? Let's take that phone battery example. It drops 20% in the first hour. Okay, then it drops 16% the next hour, then 13%. See? That rate of change is slowing down. It's not constant. And that is our big clue that this tells a nonlinear story.
All right, you've seen the core idea, you've seen the blueprint, and you've seen a real-world example put together. So now, it is your turn. You're the modeler.
Okay, here's your challenge. An Uber ride has a $5 flat fee, and it's $2 per mile. Find that red starting line, find that blue movement cost, and then put it into our y equals mx plus b formula. Go on. I'll give you a second to think.
And there it is. The total cost, y, is equal to the rate, which is $2 per mile, times the number of miles, x, plus that initial $5 fee. You just did it. You wrote a function that can predict the cost of any Uber ride with this pricing. That's fantastic.
So here we are, right back where we started. But now, you have the key. You know the pattern to look for. So my last question for you is this. Where else do you see it? Think about it. A recipe that you double? Your savings account? Your score in a video game? Once you start looking for this pattern, you'll find it absolutely everywhere.